Talofa and welcome to Editor's Choice. Today's episode is brought to you by Ah Liki Wholesale and focuses on the article Minister Clarifies Temporary Closure of Seasonal Workers Scheme. Don't forget, you can read these stories and more on talamua.com. The Minister of Commerce, Industry and Labour, Leatinu Uwain Soyalo, responsible for the Seasonal Workers Scheme, clarified in Parliament on Wednesday, the 4th of May 2022, that the program is only closed temporarily in order to review and identify ways to remedy the problems that have tarnished the program's good reputation. Debating the Labour and Employment Relations Amendment Bill, several opposition MPs expressed their concern in their belief that the government has closed the program completely, and they highlighted the importance of the program in developing families and the country's economy, and urged the government to reconsider their decision. In response, Leatinu assured Parliament and the country that the program has not been closed completely, and went on to explain the rationale behind the government's decision. The closure of the program is only temporary, so we could review it and identify ways to remedy the problems that have tarnished the program's good reputation. He also said people only see the benefits of the program, but do not realize the many problems that have impacted families of those under the program. He also stated, in the period from 2020 to 2021, more than 600 million Samoan ta'ala was received through remittances from seasonal workers and family abroad. As with such a figure, why close it? The minister pointed out. Currently, 8,000 Samoans are working under the Recognized Seasonal Employer (RSE) scheme in New Zealand and the Labour Mobility Program in Australia. It is a good program considering the revenue we received through remittances. However, he emphasized the government cannot sit idly by and enjoy the remittances while the actions of some of the workers under the scheme abroad is affecting the program and families in Samoa. The government has no intention to close the program, but to review it so it has a solid foundation to move the program forward and into the future. The review is part of the Labour and Employment Relations Amendment Bill, currently with the Bill Committee for investigations before referring it back to Parliament for the third reading. Problems. Leatinu said the targeted audience meant for the RSE program since its establishment in 2013 were for the unemployed. However, that is not the case anymore, as more people have resigned from their good jobs to join the program. One of the problems, though, involves married men and women under the program. A married person cannot join the program unless their spouse sign a consent document to allow them to go. There have been instances of the same spouse turning up at the office in tears, asking to retract her agreement on the basis that the husband had taken a new wife in New Zealand or Australia, leaving her behind with their 6 children. Other problems include fights being between Samoan workers filmed by other colleagues and posting them on social media. Alcohol, a woman having a child making it hard for her to continue working, and using the seasonal working visa to find another job. Before we continue, a short word from our sponsor.
Hey, Siongi, le wa wal ka le media le okol maliu ya Aliki.
Eh, mama, kiro ene como minka. O free go de
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yo mama. Papa ngo pia Aliki me uma. Senga lo kangwa o mire balu o. Pai ufa como si. Au ngo am si.
Fa fela I longa mesa.
Ore makakaro ngo am si o le keshi le Aliki.
Talofa Aliki sana mai.
Kokore chiki kele.
Vili mailoa é um nome assistente Ah Liki Wholesale.
Australia and New Zealand ask to slow down. Leatinu said Australia and New Zealand do not want the program closed, but have asked the government to slow down. We have 3 to 4 flights a month to take our seasonal workers abroad, hence the request to slow down. Currently, 3,500 workers have finished their contracts under the RSE program that should return home. Going forward, Leatinu hopes for solid solutions, as he acknowledges the issues raised as true and the recommendations presented as a way forward. One of the areas the minister said can be considered was for the 51 electoral districts to select their own workers for the process. He also noted that the process has its own flaws, especially with the recruiting of successful candidates. Some of the applicants waited 3 years for a chance, whilst the person that just applied immediately gets the job opportunity. Over 200 workers returning for breaching their contracts. There are more than 200 seasonal workers returning to Samoa soon, after breaching the conditions of their contracts. There is a flight specially chartered to fly them over together. He also said that 18 of them have had a child while working abroad. These are some of the problems Leatinu'u wished to address and find solutions to, hence the establishment of a review committee with members drawn from the following ministries and entities: Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Labour, Ministry of Women, Community and Social Development, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Ministry of the Prime Minister and Cabinet, Office of the New Zealand High Commission, Office of the Australian High Commission, International Labour Organization, Samoa Chamber of Commerce, Samoa Association of Manufacturers and Export, Samoa Hotels Association, Samoa National Council of Churches, Potasi Trust Falealili, and Samoa Workers Congress. The review committee starts its work next week. That's our editor's choice for today. For details on these stories and more, please visit our website, telamore.com. Manuel Amtangole Neva Yasu, God bless.